After 11 days of its special session, the Nebraska legislature advances a bill intended for property tax relief. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, following lengthy debate on property tax relief proposals on the floor, the Nebraska legislature yesterday advanced an amended version of LB 34 with what were called the absolute minimum provisions. Lawmakers voted 34-11 to end debate on the legislative bill, which now contains just 3 components. Under the measure, all credits for property taxes paid would be now front-loaded onto annual property tax statements instead of forcing taxpayers to claim it on their income tax returns. And school tax credits would be expanded a total of $750 million in the next fiscal year and grow in future years. Additionally, annual increases in property tax asking authority by municipal and county governments would be restricted by the state and local index of inflation, or 0% in times of deflation, with the exception for public safety services, county attorneys, and public defenders, as well as instances with voter approval or emergencies. Gering Senator Brian Hardin said that regardless, too many of his constituents in Scottsbluff, Banner, and Kimball counties are suffering from high property taxes.
It's the stories about these people and these statistics that come to life. One that comes to mind was from a family where the gentleman said, "I'm the 4th generation and I will be failing because we will not be able to pass this farm along."
Today, lawmakers began debates on LB 2 and LB 3, measures intended to make budget cuts and increase a number of state fees. Yesterday evening, Governor Jim Pillen thanked the bipartisan coalition of senators who voted to advance property tax relief legislation. He said, although there is much work yet to do to achieve a victory for Nebraskans facing spiraling property tax bills, this vote is a step in the right direction. All 3 Panhandle senators, Brian Hardin, Tom Brewer, and Steve Erdman, voted to advance the bill to E&R initial. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
Welcome back. A bench warrant has been issued for a Morrill man who failed to show up for sentencing last week on drug and weapons convictions. 40-year-old Matthew Hall is facing a mandatory minimum of 3 years in prison after a Scottsbluff County jury in June found him guilty on charges of possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, possession of a stolen firearm, and 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance. Hall had posted 10% of his $30,000 bond in January following his December arrest. He was arrested again in March when he was caught with more than 4.5 ounces of suspected methamphetamine. District Judge Leo Dobrevonly ordered the arrest warrant after Hall no-showed on sentencing and said the sentencing will proceed once he's back in custody. Well, 3 Panhandle high schools are among 27 across the state sharing $840,000 in grants from the Education Quest Foundation. Hayes Springs, Gordon Rushville, and Minnetonka Public Schools were among those receiving a grant ranging from $2,500 to $20,000 depending on enrollment. The college access grants are awarded every 2 years through a competitive application process, with the funds paid out over 4 years. The grants are intended to help develop and enhance programs designed to increase the number of students who go to college. And the Secretary of State's Elections Division has certified the Paid Sick Leave Initiative petition for the November 5th general election ballot. A release from the office says the petition drive collected more than 97,000 valid signatures from Nebraska voters statewide and met the requirement of at least 5% of registered voters in 47 counties. The Secretary of State's office will hold public hearings on the ballot measure and any others that qualify for the general election in each of Nebraska's 3 congressional districts, as well as producing informational pamphlets about each measure making the ballot. County election offices and the State Elections Division are still processing the remaining 5 initiative and referendum petitions, which must be finished before the general election ballot is certified by September 13th.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, we have very nice weather conditions out there today. Less rain than we had yesterday, and it looks like we're going to continue to see that downward trend of rain in our area as the heavier rain moves off to the east of us. Let's take a look at our hour-by-hour forecast. We're going to see some clouds this evening, a shower out there or two. Otherwise, clearing skies, lows down into the 50s overnight tonight. As we take a look at our forecast for, well, yesterday, 89 after a morning low of 65 degrees. And as we look at precip, another couple of hundredths in the rain gauge yesterday. Still enough to keep us about 1.20 inches over for the month and about 1 1 1/3 inches below normal for the year. As far as this month goes, another day today where we were very near normal for high temperatures. And again, we've had quite a bit of rain here in the last week or so. Back to school forecast. How about that? Tomorrow, if you're heading out to school in the morning, looks like it's going to be around 60 or so, and 86 on your way home, as we're going to see sunshine out there. No major weather issues for the first day of school. Not going to need that umbrella unless you want something for some shade. Thunderstorm chances, not big out there at all the next couple of days. Maybe an isolated storm tomorrow night. Otherwise, Monday, Wednesday of next week, we might start to see some moisture return to the region. Winds are not going to be a problem. No issues out there at all with the winds the next several days. Severe weather threat is off to the east of us, and it is there tonight. Not widespread, but enough that we're going to see some severe weather, I think, in eastern portions of Nebraska. That slides east of us and completely out of the forecast as we go into Friday. Currently, temperatures are in the 70s and 80s out there. Winds in the 10 to 20 mile an hour range and a few higher gusts at times, especially around a couple of those isolated storms. Out the door tomorrow, it is going to be mostly sunny, and temps going to start off in the 60s. We'll be in the 80s by afternoon. Forecast shows just a couple of isolated thunderstorms across the region this evening. They move out, and quiet weather conditions expected tomorrow. Most of that moisture shifts to the east of us tomorrow. Can't rule out a stray shower or storm, but really much less chances of that tomorrow. And again on Friday, again, clouds will build in the high country and an isolated storm may move across the region Friday night, but chances are pretty low. Lows tonight in the 50s and low 60s. Highs tomorrow going to be in the 80s. Pretty nice weather out there. And as far as precip goes, again, east of us is where the majority of the precip's going to be focused on over the next couple of days. Clouds early, then clearing skies, 56 tonight. Tomorrow, sunny and 88. And look at this 7-day forecast we've got coming up for you. I think you're going to like it. Temperatures in the 80s tomorrow, 90s on Friday, upper 90s, and mid-90s through the weekend, and really into the first part of next week with maybe some isolated thunderstorm chances.
For this week's featured pet of the week, we meet Swiffer, a 7-year-old griffon, wire-haired pointing mix who's been at the Humane Society for several weeks now. As you can see, Swiffer came to the Humane Society in pretty rough shape, but they've got him shaved and looking dapper. His adoption cost is $175, and that includes his neuter, microchip, and all vaccinations. To meet Swiffer or any of the pets they have available for adoption, you can head over to the Panhandle Humane Society daily during normal business hours.
This isn't just a beautiful hospital. It's the home to exceptional patient care. This is where specialty clinics meet your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. This is us. Box Butte General Hospital. Great things are happening here.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Take a look at your midweek community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank.
All the ways that I have felt, being lonely in my bed, all the messages I sent, but they always go unread. Saw a vision in my daydream, in a plane that is empty, in the place that is between, such a beautiful setting. The world looks very pretty, with the snow on the windows, all the noises of the city, make me feel like it's alone.
The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
The incredible Renewal by Anderson Dog Days of Summer Sale is here, and I will sit up and shake for this one. It's the best offer ever for new windows and doors. Please listen to this. You get 20% off, an additional 5% off if purchased on the initial consultation. No payments for 24 months, 2 whole years, no payments. Please visit rbawyoming.com. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. Don't wait. This deal ends August 31st. 2 years, no payments. That's doggone awesome.
Tired of feeling stuck? Not sure if you are on the right track? Platte Valley Bank can help keep your finances moving forward with checking account options to fit your lifestyle and an online account chooser to make finding the right account easy. Control your financial future with helpful budgeting tools and automatic savings plans. Now is the time to enjoy the ride with Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the Wildcat Hills State Recreation Area will be the go-to spot this weekend for great stargazing opportunities. The Nebraska Game and Parks Commission will be hosting a night sky viewing starting at 8 p.m. Saturday at the back loop of the park. Attendees will be able to enjoy the Sturgeon Moon and explore the Perseid meteor shower through a high-powered telescope. Folks are encouraged to bring a blanket and chair, water bottle, and bug spray. The event is scheduled to run through 9:30 p.m. Saturday. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.